Alrighty, here we go. Alright, so who would like to recap last session?
I did it last time, not it.
Not it.
I
So
don't know. I nominate Monk, man.
Oh. Well,
Or a
Just
monk.
give us your best answer.
I got hit by a friggin' bear by an insane man while we were trying to find out the identity
It's a bit late on in the
of
session.
the. Yeah, I'm not very good at recaps. I am horrible at recapping. all cards on the table here, guys. I am horrible at recapping.
All right, I'll
Look at your notes and recap from your notes.
Hold on, I got
I don't take notes. I take notes of important. I am not the note taker of the other D&D group I'm in. I am not the note taker. I take horrible
you.
notes.
I thought I was crazy for a second.
Yeah, last time we started off, Bartorin snuck out of
Yep.
the inn we were staying at and went to the horde to see what kind of goodies he could find. And he was able to sneak in, get a handful of gems that were I think it was like 50 gold worth of value, and was successful. And then he came back, and then Salem noticed him come back in, knew he was up to something. And then they discussed that a little bit, and then Salem suggested, "Oh, you should have checked out the bill, look for a bill of sale or something." And then Salem and Torn returned to the horde, and then one sec. And then looked through a ledger and found the name attached to the box that was made was Ruben Rousseau. And we were able to operate off of that was the start of some information we gathered. And then that was end of the day. Torn was a little bit tired, Salem was a little bit tired too, and we snuck back. Kind of got spotted a little bit, but we made it back, had breakfast, and then we went back to the horde to speak with Lucius, and he said he didn't really know who it was, but we couldn't really suss much out of him. But then he directed us to go to
the slums portion of the city to find Borin Keenseeker.
Yeah, to the slums, Borin Keenseeker, who we discussed things with. He was a complete nutcase, but we noticed that he had a pauldron with the symbol of I can't remember what it is.
Wastry?
Wastry. And then he told us about a tomb of, let me see.
Told us about there was like crypts or something in the hills.
Yeah, they had like a crypt for their cult or whatever it is, and then Bartorin was trying to get information out of him, poked him a little bit with his rapier, but for his troubles he got mad twice by a bear, and then we eventually got some information out of him, and that's about the end of the session.
Yeah.
That sound about right? Oh, you killed the bear, I forgot about that.
And I just left because I was having enough of his insane bullshit. I'm like, fuck this, I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm gonna sit outside.
Yeah, while the other characters were
cauldron.
Yeah. Other characters were trying to figure out what the hell he was, talking about.
Oh, and I also forgot a fun little thing with the Locktor. He flexed with, I think, a topaz in his hand, and it just made him look really healthy after doing that, then.
Yeah, like, he was just really fucking strong.
I'm healthier now.
That about everything, Mark, so?
If that's what y'all remember, that's what y'all remember.
Lockdoor got thrown through a door.
That's true. The beggars.
All the beggars.
They was like, take me to this man. And then they just, like, pick you up, throw you in the thing, and then run off screaming down the street, trying to get the silver. Good times.
And Chuck just got stuck in a giant pile of junk.
Yes.
Oh, and I think as we left off, I think Bartorin wanted to check out the local thieves guild, see what he could find. Hopefully, try to find a fence as well, if I recall.
Sell some of these gems for 50, if not more.
Yeah.
Trying to find a place in town.
do his sneaky stuff under the table.
Alrighty. Anything else anybody would like to add before we continue on with our adventure of the recap? I think that covers everything that you all seem to concern yourself with.
Well, I think Borin did mention that some of Wastri's minions did go to his place and kind of made a mess of his stuff or something.
Oh yeah, they targeted his family, and that might be the reason he's nuts. Is he was so traumatized by his family getting killed, and then there's the whole reason Lucius was there for some reason, so he might be really suspicious as well.
Okay. Good to know. So that recovers everything so far that you all seem to remember of importance.
Yeah.
We'll leave out all the important information that you all undercovered, but yeah. Y'all can check the video for any of that stuff. Alright, so you all are you're standing kind of in the slummy area now. You know, you all have just left Borin's residence, we'll call it. His museum.
Domicile.
His castle, or keep, or whatever it was.
I believe it was referred to as his keep. You're standing in the city. What would you choose to do? What is your next move?
Well, we do have that grave to go rob, guys. We can go do some grave robbing, or we can grave rob. I can try to find a place to offload these. Actually, I'm not even going to tell the party about the gems now.
Yeah, I think Salem has a vague idea of what happened. I can't remember if you told him or he has a vague idea.
Remember, the locked door No, that was when y'all were in Borin's, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or not, in Lucius.
Lucius's shop, yes.
Okay. Just trying to make sure. I was pretty sorry about that. It's like, I want to double check that.
Yeah. In the video.
Yeah. Maybe in the video, but my notes don't contain little information like that.
Yeah. I think Xalou might want to go get this pauldron checked out, just to see if there's anything interesting about it, or if it's just a run-of-the-mill pauldron.
Okay, so you all want to go have the pauldron looked at?
Bartorin is sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it particularly easy to find an armor around these parts?
This should be. It's an old pauldron, but you should be able to find one.
Okay.
Let me reshare the map. There we go.
I already opened it.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all can do that. I can just do it for y'all. Either way. You think you have to go like the artisan section if you want to do that?
I can't remember. Is that the R here?
That is the A. The R is the Riverfront District.
Oh yeah, the Holy Toys
Or in the
district.
Slums District, and the Thieves Guild District is the T District.
Yeah. I can go to the A district and look around here.
So you all wish to go to A, or do you all want to split up?
Well, Bartorin would like to split up temporarily, try to go find a fence in the local Thieves Guild, so in the local the Thieves area, so we can try to offload these gems for what they're worth, if not try to get a better price for them.
Okay.
So Bartorin's like, I have to go. I have my own errands I'd like to run. I will happily catch up with you guys back at the inn. Salem, if you want to come with, sure. Otherwise, I'm cool with that. And then I say to Salem, in Thieves Camp, I'm gonna go look for a fence to offload these gems.
You go do that. I have some shopping I'd like to do in artisan section.
Okie dokie.
Good luck finding good price.
I assume you say that back in Thieves Camp?
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all know y'all can just type that out in Thieves Camp, right?
This is true.
Yeah.
That's why it's enabled. But anyway. So, the four of you all. So, Bartorin, you're gonna head off to the Thieves Guild, to the Thieves area.
Yep. Thieves Den.
All right. So we'll handle that encounter first,
Sure.
and then we will work with the group on the second section. I don't know why your connection loses and then reconnects constantly for you. I don't know why
Lose?
that is. It always says like it constantly says that you have lost connection and then just immediately turn around and reconnect. It's
Mine
weird.
does?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. I think it's with the new router. It doesn't seem to really affect anything, but I notice it will flicker like that, not really do shit.
Yeah. I see it. I just see the message a lot on my screen. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I just see it in the chat log because it tells me who connects and disconnects. Anyway, so Bartorin, you kind of walk through the thieves section, as we'll call it. It looks like just kind of cheap housing. It looks more like just an extension of the slums.
Of course it does. Bartorin's not surprised, right? Everything seems to be, same. Would be just thinks to himself as he's walking through the Thieves Guild half of the slums, like, yep, sounds about right. Just like back home in my time.
Alright, I need you, as you're looking around, you're kind of, you're checking out people. There's some guys sitting on the court corner, a lot of slave people, a lot of beggars, and stuff like that. I need you to make me a perception check to see if you notice anything that stands out of any particular.
Okie dokie.
No.
Son of a bitch. First nat one of the night.
Good job.
Suddenly blind.
I see nothing.
You walk right past a man, but he will kind of, but he has noticed you.
Okay.
And he walks up alongside you. He says, "You seem to be looking for something. Might I help you?"
Perhaps, and I say to fawn to him in Thieves' Cant. Well, above game, yeah, so in Thieves' Cant, I speak to him and be like, perhaps you can help me find what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone to sell some recently acquired goods that are a little warm to the touch, if you will.
Okay. He will, it's a little inconspicuous that day.
Yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is, I'm looking for a place to sell stuff that I stole. Looking for a fence.
I'm referring to a picture posted in Discord.
Oh. Yeah, pretty much.
He will look at you and say, "Well, I might know a fella. What kind of particular item might it be?" He deals with warm to the touch items.
Well, these particularly warm items, where I'm from, are referred to as ice, if you will. They are very shiny in the light.
He will look at you and go, "Didn't know you stole glass."
Yes, glass. Because ice refers to glass. I'm being very sarcastic with him.
Oh, you were! I was not aware!
Clearly.
He will go, "Dear lad, I am not that naive. I know what you're trying to sell. Come with me."
I should hope you do. I follow him.
You see him turn and step around a corner, down to a small alleyway.
I follow him down the alleyway.
Okay. You see him reach down, you see him walk along beside these buildings, and then you see him come to a small, what looks to be like a little kind of pile of boxes. You see him move a couple of the boxes, and you see him reach down and pull open a small trapdoor.
On the ground, thieves go, loving it.
And you see him step down inside.
I follow behind him and I close the door.
Okay. So you step down a set of small set of stairs into an underground kind of like basically wine cellar, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see as you step down though, you see him walk up to a brick, a facade, and you see him pull out one of the bricks.
Okay.
And you'll see him say this.
What's he saying?
You'll see.
Okay. Oh, you're typing it. All right.
Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't
Fair
know
enough.
you can't. I didn't know you can't see that I'm typing.
No, I can't see that you're typing.
That may be spelled wrong. He will turn around and look at you. And then you see the wall slide to the left. And he will say, after you.
I thank him and I walk in.
So you step into a relatively small room.
Okay.
Not very large. I mean, larger than like a room of an inn, but it's not like a great hall. There's room for a couple tables. You see a couple people standing around. You see a gentleman sitting at a table, around kind of like makeshift table. Like it's a table, but it's kind of busted and damaged. Okay, so it's not a great table.
Fair enough. It's just a table to do business with.
Yes, and
Fair enough.
he will look up at you and say, "So you have supplies for me?"
Yeah, I do. I reach into my jacket and I reach into my cloak. I rummage around through all like the hidden pockets and everything. I put them in a bag and I plop on the table the bag that I know is worth 50 gold. But I'm gonna try and see if I can't get some more for it. I acquired these items the other night from the local jeweler shop.
You see his eyebrows raise at the statement of the local jeweler shop.
Not like in the what district was it that I got them from again? Like what district were we in?
You're in the thieves. Well, you're in especially the slums, but from the artisan
Yeah,
district.
but like the artisan district. Like I acquired these the other evening from the jeweler shop in the artisan district.
Hmm. Here we can go. And
I would like to sell them, please.
all right, so he will reach out and take the bag. from the
Okay.
table. You see him open it up and pour them on the table. Interesting. You see him reach down to one of his pockets and he pulls out a pair of tweezers and a little kind of monocle-looking thing, and he starts examining. them. He puts one down, picks up another one, kind of and you see him kind of look at it. See him pick up another one, puts it back down, and you see him put him back in the bag. And you see him reach over and grab a small pouch, and he throws it at the table. There you go.
I open it up and count how much is it. I would like to check how much is in the bag.
30 gold.
Oh, really? 30 gold. It's like, seems a little light. By my estimation, they were worth about 60.
He goes,
I'm trying to deceive the guy, see if I can't get more money from him, because I know that they were worth 50, but again, I'm trying to get more money from the... It's like, maybe we could go 45?
he will look at the goes, they sell these he sells them in the jewelry shop for 50 as a pack. They are stolen. They are not worth 50 gold. They are not worth 45. They are worth 30 gold. That is my price.
I'd like to try to persuade him for 35.
Make a persuasion check.
Okie dokie. Dice, don't fail me now. Fuck!
They failed.
God, I rolled really low. It was like 30 it is.
He will look at you and go, I am being generous at 30. Do not press my
30 it
generosity.
is. I take the 30. I add 30 gold to my inventory. I ask him if he has any items for sale. Like what he has to sell.
He goes, currently? I don't have anything for sale.
Yes.
Is there something
Okay.
particular you are looking for exactly? I might be able to acquire it.
Better
Maybe.
armor, better weapon.
Armor and weapons, there are fine establishments in the Artisans District. I'm sure you could steal or buy from them.
Probably. Information actually. And I hold out the symbol, asking if they recognize it.
And he will look at you and go, I might know information if you have the coin.
I'm also looking for. I could say I do. I'm also looking for information on. What was his name? Robin Resso. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Ruben Rosa.
Ruben Rosso.
That I also might have, if the coin is true.
All right. Let's start with Ruben because he owes me money.
Does he now?
Oh yes.
And how much money is this information worth to you?
I will say 40.
40 gold pieces. I can tell you what he does.
I'm not looking for what I'm looking for what he does and where he resides.
That is not worth 40 gold. That is worth a
try
substantial
to
bit more.
How much is it worth, did he say?
Substantially more.
How much more? I ask.
200 gold pieces.
What was
Bartorin,
that price again?
200.
Information of such matter is not a cheap commodity, as you know. Information
You're not wrong
is
about that. Trust me,
power.
I am very much aware that information is power.
And I wield a great considerable amount.
Indeed. And how much would the information on the symbol cost me?
Depends on what you would like to know about it.
Where it first appeared, who worships it, how it came about.
I can tell you, and I will provide this for you for 15 gold, that Ruben Rousseau worships. Look at yours. Ruben Rousseau has a connection to this symbol. He might worship at its altar.
I already knew that. Where's the altar?
Again, that is extremely expensive information, and you don't seem to have the coin for that.
I will keep this in mind. I will definitely get in touch with you once I do come up with the coin. It's a pleasure doing business with you. I look forward to doing business with you again in the future.
Quite. Next time I recommend to bring more coin if you seek information.
Oh, trust me. I will. And with that, Bartorin just gives a respectful nod to the commerce, like to the clerk, respective nod to the guide, and just goes and leaves, remembering for future reference the location of the den.
Respectful clerk to the thieving cleric standing in the corner.
Yeah, it's like
The god of theft and treachery.
Yep, I make a bow. I offer a silent prayer to
I don't know the god.
Koroth, my deity. That's who I
Okay.
worship.
Okay.
And Bartorin leaves and goes to find the rest of the party.
Okay. All right. So while this is all taking place, the other four of you have now ventured into the artisan's quarters. The artisan quarter. So you all are walking along. It is fairly busy today. A lot of commotion going on.
I see. Just doesn't seem like a normal sort of commotion, like just people going about their business. Or...
I mean, there just seems to be a lot of
Something-
people. A lot more people than you've seen so far as you've been
Okay.
in the city.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So you're looking for what?
Basically any advertisements of, we sell armor or whatever, or
Okay.
just somebody who's making it look like they or two, but
All right. So as you're walking along with Red, you see a man in rather dashing clothes come kind of working his way through amongst a group of people. Well, okay. I was not expecting to see that. That caught me off guard. Back to my point. You see a young man. He's probably mid to early, probably mid 20s. Comes up to you all. He comes walking along. He's kind of tall. Stoutly built, but not overly stout. Just kind of like a decent shape. Comes up to you all. He's well dressed. He goes, "Excuse me, folks. Can I have your attention for just a moment?" And you can tell he's motioning at you all. Y'all ignore
Xalou
him?
just gives a strange look as he stops.
Salem's gonna watch his pockets.
Do y'all respond? Y'all just stand there and watch him? Okay. He goes, excuse me. Can I have a moment of your time?
We are quite busy.
Well, I just need to know something. Are you for an adventuring party by chance? Please, I believe you might be.
Are you trying to sell us something?
No, I'm not. I need you to play along for just one moment, please. I promise it won't take but a moment. I just need you to play along. You'll understand when you see.
Xalou just looks real confused.
I take that as a yes. And you see him walk away real quick. You see people come back and forth, and you can see him walk around, and he turns around the corner. And about 20 seconds later, you see him come walking back up with another young lady who is incredibly, exquisitely well dressed. Darling, I told you they were exactly who I thought they were. I saw them from a distance, and I was certain of it. These are the adventuring party I was a member of. Y'all, this is my wife, my future wife, Relina Mavis. Darling, these are my adventure parties. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. Don't be shy.
Can we do like an insight to see if he's like lying, basically? Yeah.
What?
I don't
Lying
know.
about.
Lying about
Yeah, like what are you trying to
Just
infer
thinking.
here?
about when he said like they saw the adventures or whatever. If he's just see if he's just pulling some trickery or
Are you trying to see if he lied the fact that he saw you all, or the fact that what he just said?
no the fact that he believes us to be adventurers or whatever.
Okay,
Yes,
make an insight check.
Okay.
Please roll. You are certain he is lying heavily.
Okay. Just wanted
Hence
to
his
be-
statement of "please
just
play
wanted to be-
along." You are certain he is lying exquisitely to this woman. He goes, I told you, darling, they did. We adventured together so many years and had wonderful adventures, as I've told you about. I'm surprised to see them in Greyhawk. He will look at you all and say, "You're not going to introduce
Xalou
yourselves."
will pipe up and say, "Is this some sort of joke?"
He looks at you and goes, "Of course not. You do not. Of course, I forgot. They. Darling, don't worry. It's not a deal." He will look at you and goes, "You did not have to play dumb. You know, we adventured together for many years and had great adventures until I retired. As I've told my dashing bride here to be."
Xalou seems to kind of understand. Was that any reason to have tracked us down and pulled us aside?
Rephrase that. Say that again.
He says, okay, remind me what he's...
He initially ran up to you all and said, he asked if y'all were a group of
Yeah.
adventurers. Remember that? And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
when y'all kind of acknowledged the fact, we'll call it, he said, "Please play along,"
Mm-hmm.
asking you to be complicit in this. He took your silence as agreement and went back and got her.
He's inferring a lot of things. Just saying.
Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
But never mind. Just never mind.
All right. Well, Xalou is basically saying, so you pulled us over here to impress your significant other.
Are you saying this to him in quiet or in front of her directly?
Directly.
He goes, "Well, I thought she should meet the group who made me the man I am and helped me, attain the fame I have. We are soon to be married, and I saw you all, which I did not think I would see you all again, and I wanted to impress her with how great warriors
Do
you
you
are."
not have other charming qualities?
He goes, "I have a great many charming qualities, but it is one of many, but I thought she should understand where I came from."
Xalou will turn to Lady and say, "I am sorry if he is bothering you. But,
She will look at you and go, "Oh, of course not. Why would he bother me? He is my future husband. He has told me great adventures of how you slayed dragons and rescued princesses even. Of all the gold you have acquired. He told me about the magic book you got."
during all this, Xalou just has kind of like a blank, still kind of like lost in the confusion kind of look in his face, and goes, I don't seem to remember quite well.
He will the man will go, he goes, "Darling, they have been on so many adventures, even after I left. I am sure they have forgotten more adventures than even can be remembered." And
Chungus once killed giant land shark. This bone from land shark. And he just twirls it around.
Chungus, the great fighter. Yes, darling. I did not see that kill, but I remember Chungus wielding that weapon with great prowess. I've seen him knock orcs from here to tomorrow. He is rather interesting, to say the least, to adventure with, but that is what it
Orcs
is.
easy killing.
Yes. And she goes, "Oh my God, you all are so brave. I cannot imagine what it would be like to fight orcs and land sharks. That is quite an impressive feat."
I had to jump inside to kill land shark. It smelled terrible.
And she will kind of look at him and then look at Chungus and go, "I can only imagine how it must have smelt. I would rather not imagine such things. And you'll see him. Like he goes, well, darling, I'm sure these adventurers are rather busy. My friends are busy, but
Xalou nods.
but she will look at you all and go, "Oh, darling, we should invite them to our party this evening. My father would love to meet them."
I'm afraid we haven't the time.
About that moment, Monk, you come walking up. Bartorin, sorry.
Okay.
You see them having this conversation.
Okay.
You come up to the part where you should be invited to this party.
Party now? What party? I'm always up for parties.
And they will both turn to you and say, "Oh, is this another one of the events?" Oh, yes, of course. And she will look and goes, "Oh, we are having a masquerade party. My father is inviting everybody before the wedding. It's a party we always have a week before the wedding, and many of my father's friends shall be there, and you all should come as well. That way, Charlie has some of his friends there along as well."
I always enjoy parties.
This man, our friend, I think.
Hey, any friend of ours is a friend of mine.
Face palms and just is like, what the hell?
You all can
I'm afraid
impress.
we have urgent matters to attend to.
And she will look at
As Xalou glances to the rest of the party.
she will look at you and goes, "But please, it is not the for," and she will hand you a letter. He goes, "Here, give this to the servants, and they will allow you inside. Please."
Servants.
Bartorin takes the letter. Gladly, milady.
I'll
And we
think
thank you for
about
your
it.
hospitality.
And Xalou just starts walking off.
Yes, I'm sorry. And you'll see them, and he'll look at you. We can't wait to see you all there. It will be an amazing party, I'm sure, and you can impress many of.
I'm sure it will be. I can't wait.
Many of her father's friends and high court members of your great deeds. I'm sure they would love to hear them. Let's go, darling. I believe they're rather busy.
Tell everyone of our wonderful adventures together, old buddy, old pal of mine, and I slap the stranger on the back in a jovial manner.
Yeah. He goes, "There's so much for," and then he goes, "Darling, we should go find our own masquerades for this evening. We don't wish to be late to our own party." And you see them two turn and walk off.
Well, before they leave, I'll be like, make sure you tell me the story of us killing orcs again later.
He will look at you. Yes, I will remind you of the great time we had killing orcs. I'm sure it's one of many times you have done so. And he will kind of look at you going, not your orcs, you know what I mean. And he will walk off. Okay, so they have walked off. Bartorin, you have the letter. What do you all wish to do?
Walking. Jordan's already
Xalou's like, I've had enough of this shit
Yeah,
today.
he's already got the fuck out of there.
All right.
Yes.
Continuing to search for an
Feel
armor.
free to slide over to Bartorin and ask him
All right.
in
So,
kind of low tones.
Yeah.
okay. So, Xalou, you all continue on looking for an armory shop.
Mm-hmm.
You. By the way, you do know you can click on people's portraits up there, right click and go whisper, right? So you don't have to do it like in an open chat.
Oh, true.
But that's fine. This works too, because only you all and recorder can read it. So
Yeah.
it's just a recording part. So you all continue on. You see many shops. You do find an armory. An armorer. You see him posted up there. It's basically you see a hanging poster, and you see an anvil, and you see a shield kind of like rising up off the anvil. It's kind of like the picture.
Xalou takes a moment to compose himself after being rudely interrupted.
Shanghaied into attending a masquerade ball.
And then assuming it's like open or whatever.
It does. It is appear to be open.
Yep, he will go in.
Okay. All right. You see a kind of a short, stout man hammering away on an anvil, and without missing a beat, he goes, "Can I help you?" Bang. What would you like today? Bang. Welcome to my shop. Bang.
Is he a dwarf?
No, he is not a dwarf. He is just he is about 5 foot tall and very broad. But he looks like a half dwarf. Like, you almost think he's almost like a half dwarf.
Okay. Xalou will say, yes, pardon me. I have a piece I would like you to look at, if you could.
She will turn at you and go, yes? As she turns around and you realize it's a woman, like, standing behind a man, hammering away on the anvil. It's not actually him standing there hammering.
Xalou is just a bit confused for a moment. And he just says,
Basically, imagine like you were looking from behind and all you saw was the arm moving, but as he turns, like, you realize that there's a small woman standing, like, on the other side.
Ah, okay.
Yes, and she is a dwarf.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And she goes...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So she is shorter. And she goes, "Welcome to my shop. How may I be of assistance?"
Yes, I have a piece of armor I would like examined, if you would. As I imagine you have some expertise.
Yes. She hands her hammer over to the man. He goes, "Honey, please finish this. I must take care of real business." And he looks and goes, "Yes, dear." And you see him go over and just kind of lightly pang away at the armor. And he comes over and goes, and she comes over and looks at the armor and goes, "Oh, rather exquisite craftsmanship, rather ancient, to be exact. A few hundred years. What can I do for you? What would you like to know?"
No, I just simply wanted to know more about it. What it was made out of, possibly, or if there's anything peculiar about it.
And he goes, "Well, metallurgically, it is just rather forged steel. Castle grade. Not overly exquisite, not overly cheap. Soldier's gear, maybe? Maybe guard. Unknown to be sure. When it was made, a couple hundred years ago, maybe? Roughly? Maybe a little later? Hard to tell exactly. The rust and the damage is rather severe. No real designs. The marking is unusual. I don't know that marking. I don't know who would have made that marking. It appears to come slightly later, as the rust down in the lanes is not as bad." And she looks and goes, "Is there anything else you would like to know about it?"
Specifically how that symbol came to be connected with the pauldron, ma'am, sir.
Oh, is the Bartorin in?
Yeah.
We all went in. I assumed we all went in.
Y'all were having this conversation. I didn't realize y'all had walked inside as well.
Yeah. Don't worry about that either.
She would go.
Well, Bartorin is also looking for better weapons and armor, so.
Okay. She also says, "Well, it was rather just chiseled inside, I suppose. Engraved as you would."
Are you perchance familiar with the symbol?
As she will explain again, I don't know the symbol.
Damn. Bartorin curses in Sylvan.
Let's see. Is there any similarities to anything you recognize? Besides just being a regular pauldron?
Well, the steel is castle forged. The design is predominantly that of castle guardsman, most likely. Could be town watch, but not likely. A little too fancy for that. I don't have anything else on it that would really give me anything specific. If there was more to this outfit, it would be possible.
Well, thank you for your time. Xalou looks to the rest of the group to see if they have anything they.
Do you, by chance, know where I could maybe find better weapons and armor? Maybe something with a little more kick to it?
Define better weapons and armor.
Yeah, Xalou kind of narrows his eyes a little bit.
Like maybe something a little magical by chance? Just curious.
She looks at you. She goes, I don't deal in magical items, nor do I know of anybody who does.
Alright.
Galactor, make a perception check for me. Or no, make an investigation check as you look outside. Good enough. You see the two individuals who come up to you all, the man and woman, and you notice a small group of servants following them around, all carrying stuff that looks like you brought recently.
Like food and stuff, or
Food, items, you name it. They have bought in clothes and foods and ornament, or like fixtures and paintings, and there's an army of servants following them. You see them walk past the shop.
Gotcha. So are they heading towards the?
They're
river
heading
district?
north. They're walking towards the street and going northwardly towards like the H.
Gotcha. Now, by looking on the map, where are we situated?
If you look on the map, if you look at A, if you go at about 10 o'clock, you see that main street, and you see that big kind of square building just up from to the left of A. So you see A kind of comes down and goes in the main street, and then it goes up.
Mhm.
And there's that one kind of house-looking thing that has that little crook to it. Y'all are standing on the back of that, overlooking kind of the main thoroughfare going north. It is a armory shop.
Octo say anything about this?
But like, is there like, do they keep coming back and forth, or just that's the one time?
You just notice them all going as a group, going that direction, going north. They're not going back and forth, but you just see them in the front, and then kind of walking and talking and stuff like that. And then you see like 20 servants packing just armloads of crap, going up along behind them.
I say with a kind of a disgruntled voice, it seems the Orc Slayer has a lot of gold.
Bartorin's ears perk up at that. A lot of gold, you say?
Like, has a lot of gold.
I say the following. Specifically
I didn't hear the
to
beginning part.
Salem.
I called him the Orc Slayer because that's kind of like what he said he kind of did with it.
Oh,
Must like color yellow.
no, you're saying you have a lot of gold.
No, he does.
I'm confused.
I called the rich kid
That just
the
walked
Orc
in.
Slayer. Yeah.
Charlie Rockpelt is his name.
Xalou will just say, "You know this person."
No, but he does have a lot of servants.
A lot of what?
Servants.
Discord keeps cutting out for me for some reason.
All right, so you all are sitting here having this talk in the shop, and the dwarf lady will ask you, "Is there anything else I might be able to help you all with?"
Well, if there's nothing,
Salem wants to do some shopping before we leave this district, but me and Bartorin are talking back and forth.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I can ensure
And it's not
you.
gonna be Salem to buy either. I'll
No.
mess around with that.
I can assure you that I do not need any more further services. Thank you. Xalou will nod and then just kind of move to the exit.
All right. And she will look at you and go, well, if you have anything at all, feel free to come back and patron my shop. I would be greatly appreciative. And you see her step around behind the man again and continue. It kind of forcefully take the hammer and start whacking away on the thing with like severe force, like to the point where you see sparks flying off again, and going back to work. And so you all step outside and you are now on the street. What do you do?
Sam's gonna go over to Xalou and kind of bat at the bottom of his robe, bottom of his leg, kind of thing.
Xalou will look down, kind of annoyed. What is it?
He'll say, like, notice his frown, say sorry, and we'll kind of say, I left some supplies behind, and from what happened at the inn, I can't really go out shopping. Could you do some shopping for me real quick?
Xalou just kind of sighs and goes, very well. If you need to prepare yourself.
Yeah, and then what Sam wants to get is 40 arrows. What was this? Fishing tackle. What was the other thing here? A hand axe, a war hammer, and another robe because black was too.
Are you sure you're going to be able to hold these things?
I should be able to. And that'll be
Xalou looks a
27
little
gold,
skeptical,
and,
so, all right.
and he'll give Xalou 30 gold then, so there's 3 left over for Xalou to just take.
Please post those in the chat, please, just so I know I can have a look and see how much they cost.
It's on. Yeah. So you're just giving 3 gold to Xalou.
Yeah, it's 30 total, but yeah, then it's 27 for all the value. Why can't I just drag that?
Xalou will just figure that the cat cannot count.
Well, no, he's doing it as, oh, you're doing me a favor kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. I know, but I was just trying to be funny. Yeah.
Let's see.
Are we able to easily do that, or do we gotta like go one by one to each thing?
I'm trying to see, make sure how much it is.
It is 27 gold, though. I already calculated it.
Okay. All right, that's fine then. Then yeah, you should be able to basically get basic general stuff like that fairly easily.
Yeah.
You can go back in the shop and she will
walk around.
Yeah, she will sell you a basic warhammer or something like that.
Okie dokie.
And it would be a beige robe then.
Okay.
Alright.
And then I'm just gonna do all that stuff then.
Does anybody else need to do shopping?
I think I'm good.
Alright.
Now, this is supposed to be, what did you call it, a masquerade party?
Yes.
Something upper class, I assume.
Do you want to... Bartorin has the note. Do you want to read the note to everybody? Or do you want to keep it a secret?
Yeah, I'll read the note to everyone.
Okay.
Okay.
So you pop up in the note and you read as follows. Sir Charlie Rodpelt, to be wedded to Lady Relina Mavis, daughter of Oslo Mavis, and wife Malnella Mavis, I have cordially invited you to attend a masquerade party this evening at sundown. You are asked to bring no items beyond gifts for the bride and groom. Entertainment will be listed as follows. Competitions including tests of strength, endurance, juggling. There will be jesters, meals, preparations, You all are cordially invited. Servants welcome, but not necessitated, as servants will be provided for all individuals by the Count. Any and all people choosing not to attend are free to send any form of gift they may choose, to be held in the courtyard of Lord and Lady Mavis's private residence. Sincerely, Greyhawk.
Xalou frowns at this reading and says, "We're not really going to waste time with this, are we?"
Bartorin gives him a side eye. Excuse you. I'm a thief. I live for this shit. Literally.
Xalou
and
gives an
figuratively
angry
live
look and
for this
says,
shit.
"But this is not what we're here to do."
I know. Okay, so on my little excursion, I found a place where I can get information on the people, on the symbol, and Reuben. Problem is, it's gonna cost money. This gentleman has that money. Maybe we can persuade him to help us in our endeavor in finding out about this guy in some way, shape, or form.
And if he knows nothing,
We can ask him to help fund the
then we'll
adventure.
have wasted.
We can use it just like old times, old buddy, old pal.
And they might have lots of food.
Food. See?
Xalou just kind of face palms again. It's just like,
I'm open if you have any other ideas aside from the grave robbing, which I'm still more than willing to do.
yes.
I'm always up for good old grave robbing, but right now the only lead we have are this symbol, Reuben's name, and the grave. It's
Well,
not like we can
Bartorin,
go around asking people about him.
if this is a waste of our time, I'm holding you personally responsible.
Fine, I will take full responsibility. It turns out to be a waste of time for you, but I'm sure I will make good use of the time at this party.
Xalou
Just
nods.
like I do
Yes.
in my own way. Like, I understand the greater risks here, okay? But sometimes you really just have to stop and smell the proverbial roses.
Xalou looks like he's about to say something, but he just kind of doesn't. It's like, this better lead somewhere.
Okay.
If not, there's always the grave. There's always the tombs we can go grave robbing.
By the way, Mark, so I met brown robes, and how well would face coverings work though to kind of disguise himself a bit better so he's not immediately seen?
You know you can buy a full face masquerade face and be okay.
That's right, this is the masquerade ball, so we should get masks.
Well, I
and
meant
fancy
like
clothes.
a face covering, so like just normally in town he's not as easily spotted as the cat. So
True. Sure we can find a place around here that sells what you're looking for.
We were supposed to really wear masks at this mask.
I'm talking about something separate with this, like just a kind of general covering, like so he's not as easily spotted as.
So you mean like almost like wearing like a scarf across your mouth or something like that?
Something like that, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
It would if you went hooded and had a scarf, most people without unless they went to a full inspection of you would not realize you're a cat.
And how much would that be?
Couple copper pieces, just a piece of cloth.
How much?
Couple copper pieces, no big deal, just a piece of cloth.
I'm just adding that in here.
No worries.
Okay, now I should be done with all the shopping I'm doing.
Okay. So you all wish to find masquerades for the party, correct?
Well, Glocker also would like to find a
Generally
place to
has to.
buy fine paint.
Fine pants.
So you all.
Hey,
Let's see. Who would have information on this one? Salem might and Bartorin might. Make a. I will give you both history on this one. Yeah, I will give you both history on this.
Oh, I got a +1 to history. Salem, what do you got?
Same.
Oh boy. Oh God!
Bartorin has no idea. Salem,
What the
you have
fuck?
been. Salem, you know your master once went. Yes, he winced at the thought of once going. Ugh. He once went to a masquerade party and he knew that he had to wear fine clothing because it's usually held by aristocrats and rich people, and going in basic clothes would be a bad idea unless you have a very specific purpose for doing so.
Is he telling the rest of the party this?
That is up to him.
Yeah, Sam will tell the party that, yeah, I remember a while ago, my master went to a masquerade party, and he had to be really finely dressed up. He had to get the finest robes and a really nice mask, so we might be down a little bit of money getting that stuff. Good enough,
I
Marcel?
mean, we each did get
Me.
like a decent chunk of change from the job. No?
I had a thought about what I could do, because he's down to 18 gold, but he does have fine clothing, but I was wondering if I could possibly go naked, kind of like draped around someone's neck or something, and be part of the
Xalou
the
just
costume.
kind of
Oh, God, no.
suspiciously eyes him.
Yes, let's have a naked cat draped around the person. A naked, torso-sized cat draped around somebody's
A
neck.
naked humanoid cat.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
I thought maybe that would work. Never mind.
That was just like,
I know the title of this video now.
Naked humanoid cat.
No, can I go naked?
Oh, there you go. It's like, hey, DM, can I go naked? I don't know. Can you? Explain to me why you would. And roll.
Yeah, I thought maybe he could pass as like a normal cat enough, but never mind.
It's like,
oh, I
dude.
see now.
Uh-huh.
He passes it. Does Salem look like a normal cat when because like you said, he's a humanoid sort of thing. He
From
kinda-
white mark to the left, I don't think so.
Yeah.
He's a little bigger than a normal cat. He's about a halfling-sized cat. He would be the biggest cat you've ever seen.
Yeah. I don't think that disguise would work.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna work, dude.
Galactor, are you getting a sequined one on one hand?
Just need 2 white gloves.
2 white gloves.
2 white gloves, a pair of fine pants, no shirt, because Glocktor wears no shirt.
I will tell you what, if you go to buy pants, you only have to buy the pants, so they're half price for fine clothes. Since you're not buying a shirt.
Okay.
So, anybody else want to buy, like, you want to buy a mask? I will add the price of the mask in with the fine clothes.
Okay.
The thing is, like, I don't think Salem can actually go because there's no disguising what he is really at this point.
Maybe you can like sneak around and hide.
Make
All the
a
funny.
make an insight check. I'll let you do an insight check on this.
Okay.
You think if you got mask, gloves, and an entire like fine robe set, you might be able to pass off as a halfling.
I was gonna say though that besides that, which might be a better idea, could always try to just stealth around, not be seen.
You
That's
also
not gonna
think you could potentially go as a pet.
Yeah, that might work better, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
As some semblance of an exotic pet, possibly.
So would that need like a collar and a leash of some sort then?
Probably, yeah. Maybe.
How much would? How's that sound to the rest of the party? Or do you think I should try to sneak in with finery?
If you want to do it. I don't
Up
know.
to you, man.
Well, it's asking for
I've
opinions more.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like I'm just still trying to wrap my head around this whole thing.
You can be Chungus' pet.
There you go.
You have a cat party member who's just,
I'm not wearing a mask no more.
and
I'm wearing a top hat.
It's a masquerade party.
You need a
jeez.
mask.
I'm thinking Salem will go as Bartorin's pet, especially if we're up to shenanigans.
Yeah.
And then it would
That
be a
might
good
work.
excuse. Oh, why he's going around with Bartorin. So how much would the collar and leash cost and all?
It would have to be a fairly sturdy one. I will say a gold piece. Because you're a fairly decent size, like you're basically a small panther.
Yeah. And by the way, are you asking Xalou to buy this stuff for you?
Yeah.
Well, Xalou will reluctantly oblige.
So Bartorin's knowing he needs the. He's at least gonna need a mask, and then I guess we're also gonna need fine clothes because Bartorin, being the thief, he's not one for fine clothes.
Yeah, Xalou has no clue about any of this. He's just like, why won't they just let us go? And
You all, as you went around the arsenic, you do find a clothing store.
Alright, I walk into the clothing store and ask how much for a set of fine clothes tailored to fit me, and a mask, because we're attending a masquerade ball tonight.
She will look at you and go, "Oh, well, sir, it's not quite that simple. Color? Taste? Do you need a robe? Pants? Do you want gloves? No gloves? Open shirt, collared shirt, kind of mask? These are all a great many questions."
Definitely gloves. For clothes, I'm thinking of, like, for color, I'm thinking of a darker color, like a dark brown, or maybe even possible. Actually, let's go with black. Makes me look slimmer. Definitely a robe, preferably with a hood, so we can go. Actually, I already have a robe. Can use that. For a mask, what's all the rage nowadays?
And
For
she will
masquerade
pull out a bright yellow, purple, and green mask, and go, "This was exquisite at the king's court last year."
Last year. What's in season this year?
Very well. She will pull out a black, blue, and purple mask. This
Perfect, that
is our
works.
newest one. It has
That
not been worn
works.
at any parties that I know of.
That works. For a shirt, you said colored or no colored, correct? Well, since this is a fancy party, let's go with no collar.
All right.
Like a statement.
so, are we all in this shop, or are we?
Yes, as far as I'm aware of, you all have walked in the shop
Okay.
together. I have,
Alright,
and so you all go through this process of getting gussied up and fancied and all this other stuff. And
okay.
Galanter's in there with pants. Chungus, she offers you a fancy fur belt.
Okay.
It is exquisite. It is white and black spotted like a snow leopard.
And
She
I
goes,
would like boots. Actually, I'll just wear my boots. If you could clean them up a little bit, polish them off, I greatly appreciate that. Unless there's a place nearby I can get them polished to a shine.
She takes them and polishes them.
Awesome.
So, Cheng, she looks at you and goes, so you don't want any Franklin's, but how about this? And it's kind of a sash kind of thing. Like, it comes to a belt and has a slight sash across your chest, and it's this big white and black spotted, like, snow leopard print. She's like, I think it looks good on you.
Will it get me through masquerade ball?
Well, I don't know. I'm not attending the ball, so I don't know how it's going to go, but I believe it should. Assuming they have no dress code.
It will have to do.
And she would go through that, and Chungus, he gets his pants. Chungus gets his sash, and Glottar gets his clothes. Xalou, she offers you an exquisite dark blue, like, full body, like, monk robe style. Like, it's almost like your robes, only full body and, like, in blue.
How much is it?
And she goes, that will be 12 gold, sir.
How much for mine?
Yours is 17.
I'd like to try and haggle this, Desmond. This Bartorin
Fine.
is
You know
just
how
like,
well that worked out last time.
Yeah, so Bartorin will try to haggle down to, you said 17?
Yeah.
Bartorin will try to haggle down to 14.
Okay.
Let's
Do you
see
want me to
what
roll
haggling skills.
a persuasion for that, or?
Sure.
Yeah, go for it.
She goes,
15.
I am rather stern on my prices, sir. I don't haggle. My prices are what they are.
17 it is.
Still didn't get a price from my thing.
12.
Oh, 12?
Yes.
Yeah, I must have missed it because Discord is shit.
Oh, sorry. I thought you'd heard. I thought you were just waiting for Bartorin to decide whether he was going to pay for his.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess Xalou would
No,
be
Bartorin
good.
runs for the door saying, fuck you!
She screamed, thief!
Alright.
Alright, so
Smoke
you
bomb!
you all
Xalou will
have
be...
got your stuff. You all have dressed yourselves up in various fashions of dress.
Yes, so.
How much was the sash, by the way?
The sash was only 5 gold pieces.
Easy.
Yeah, Xalou begrudgingly pays for it and whatever.
Okay.
Do we have to buy masks separately, or
They were included.
they're included?
You all got different masks. Chungus has got this kind of great warrior mask. She's actually kind of picked up masks that kind of fit your characters to a degree.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
She just was like...
Yeah,
doing
she
that
basically...
thing with the fingers, like, putting you in the...
Do what?
Putting you in the frame of the camera.
Yeah.
Like, what is this person, their
Yeah.
essence like? And then
She actually went to this wall of masks, and she kind of like held one up and kind of held it out of her arm sleeve. Kind of went, nah, that's not it. And gets a different one, kind of like, yeah, that works,
yeah.
and kind of sticks it on there. Like,
I
you
want
need
a
this
red
one.
one.
Yours has like these kind of like bones coming out of them, and like, yours is pretty plain. It's very kind of stoic looking. Like,
okay.
compared to everybody else's, yours is very kind of stoic. It's almost like a kabuki mask style.
Oh, okay.
Not to be, stereotypical,
Yeah.
but you get the point. It's kind of like that kind of stoic look of a kabuki mask. But
Mm.
you all are guessing up. The evening has come. Go ahead.
Just for S&Gs, what does Salem's collar and leash look like?
It is a rather heavy-duty leather collar and leash. Looks like it was designed to hold some kind of heavy animal. Like, it's. I mean, it's nice, but it's not. It is far more than you could pull against.
Mine, Salem's like 27 pounds, or should he be heavier?
That's about right.
Okay.
Like I said, you're a really big-ass cat. Like, you're the biggest cat ever. Technically, 27 is not that heavy, but yeah.
Yeah, because he's 2.5 feet tall, but that's standing, so the tail's another, like, 1.5 feet or so, I would say.
Oh, that's another foot,
Or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, so, I mean, you're a fairly sizable cat. Like I said,
Yeah.
you're a small panther. Alright, so you all are guessing up and ready to go. Are you all ready?
don't
Do
think
we
Xalou
still
is ready.
do we still have an inn, right?
You still have a room, yes.
Sam's gonna, Xalou gonna pay for another day and store all of his equipment there, minus a dagger that he's gonna give to Bartorin to try to sneak
yeah.
in.
Oh, Bartorin, I was already
Probably
planning on, like, keeping my, I'm gonna leave my rapier behind and just keep
Oh
my,
my god.
my 2 daggers just kind of hidden in my boots.
Oh yeah, Salem could use one of those if need be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
Traveling
how much
with
for another
all
day
stuff.
of the inn?
Oh, I can't remember. Call it 3 silver.
So
Yeah, we'll call it 3 silver and be done with it. I can't remember what I actually charged you all the first time, so 3 silver is fine.
It was something
Okay.
like that, yeah. So Salem's gonna have nothing on him but
A collar.
basically the collar and leash, yeah. And
How
then
does that work?
Bartorin's gonna have his seize tools, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
And this all started with the phrase, "Can I go naked?"
Yep.
Alright. Alright. Mission accomplished. You did it.
Yeah.
Op success. Great work, soldier.
Well, the thing with Salem, he doesn't really have the money because his fine clothes are A, tailored to him, so Chungus could wear them, and B, they're kind of more cook's clothing kind of thing more. So that wouldn't have really.
They're not
worked
really
there.
fine in that sense. They're more servants' clothes.
Yeah, they're well made, but they're not. They're not something for that.
Alright. So you all have gussied yourselves up and managed to get presentable to the richy folk, to the aristocratic people who might be attending this masquerade ball.
Yeah, and Salem will have his collar on. He'll hand the leash to Salem then. I mean, not to Salem, to Bartorin.
And so you all go walking up the road. Walking, as you all arrive, you step through the guard post leading into the aristocratic area, and you can kind of see the house. It's just upon a
Question.
hill. Yes.
Is there a whole bunch of hoity-toity aristocrats walking around the area as we're walking through the aristocratic district?
Not really. It's kind of dark. It's getting late.
Damn. Alright then.
It's getting to sunset, but you can. So there's not a lot of people out, and it's not really kind of their style anyway.
Fair enough. I'll wait till we get to the party to do what I want to do.
So you all come walk over, and you can see the largest house here is the house that you seem to be going towards.
Okay.
It is a fairly exquisite large mansion. Amusing. So you all arrive at the gate to this mansion. It is a long doorway. You can see people outside. And you see several very wealthy looking people in exquisite clothes and fancy masks. And you see a servant with every single person.
Bartorin is giggling like a madman on the inside. He's like a kid in a candy shop, like, oh yes.
And the guard will look at you, and the guard is a rather tall man, very tall, probably 6.5, pushing 7 feet tall, and rather well built. Like he's almost as big as Chungus, or probably closer to between maybe Glocktor. Like he's well built, and he's like 6.5 feet tall. He's like, I need to see who you are.
I present to him the letter, the invitation to the masquerade ball.
He looks down at the cat.
Is my pet. So, as far as I'm aware, that there wasn't any. This is my pet cat. His name is Salem. I want Salem. Say hi. Say hi to the nice man.
Salem will meow at him
Good boy.
and kind of rub against his leg a bit.
Aw, he likes you. I was like, I never go anywhere without my. Oh dang! What's the official term for the my emotional support cat?
Oh my god! And he goes, very well, very well. And he opens the gate and allows you all in.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening, sir.
Yes.
You just hear a sigh coming from behind Xalou's house.
I tut him. Now.
And so you all,
Thanks for that, my good friend. We're gonna have ourselves a wonderful time tonight.
step inside, and you see a great many aristocrats, and you see a group of servants come over and goes, "Ah, guest," and he goes, and you see one of them go, "We are your servants for this evening. Is there anything you require? Please feel free to ask for anything at all. It does not matter." And you see each one of them stand behind you all, quietly standing there.
I would very much love some food and something to drink, and a little bit of Borin and some food for my pet, please, because we are very, very hungry. If you would be so kind, I would very much appreciate that.
You see one of them run off, and he comes back with a drink, with a glass of wine, and a plate full of food, and then a bowl. He's holding like a bowl, and yeah. And he proceeds to hand the cat food, and you food, and the wine. You see the other four servants run off without being told, and going back and bringing food back for everybody else. I'm sorry, the other three servants, because there are 5 of you technically, but only one of you.
Xalou will kind of lean over to Bartorin and kind of whisper, "Remember what we're here for."
Yes, I know. Information. And financing.
Alright, so you all are kind of guided towards the back courtyard. And on the back courtyard, you see a guy blasting flame, and you see a juggler. And there seems to be a game where you can test your strength. And you see some aristocratic young lads testing their strength and, things like that.
I gently nudge Chungus to be like, hey, that test of strength thing, that looks like it could be right up your alley, man.
Maybe. But Chungus want food first.
You see a couple of them are over there, and you see them posing by one of the statues. And they've got this statue of a great warrior. He's kind of holding his arms up, and you see them kind of posing like him, and other ones posing in different fashions, stuff like that. You can kind of see the young man and woman who come up to you the other day, or earlier today, but they seem to be gathered by a bunch of people. People are kind of congratulating them and welcoming, and things like that. Charlie Ruckpelt and Aurelian Mavis. But they seem to have people around them a lot at the moment. A lot of people coming up to them and saying, they seem to be congratulating them and speaking to them and so forth. You see, people are standing around talking, things like that. There's food.
This looks like this is going. Bartorin just he leans back in the chair, drinks a sip of the wine, and just lets out a contented sigh. This looks like it's going to be a wonderful evening.
All right, so
Xalou's just standing there staring at Bartorin.
Chungus goes over to the table and starts eating without any regard for etiquette whatsoever. It's like eating really fast and loud and aggressively.
Just
there are some nervous looks from some people, and you hear one of the ladies go. One of the ladies looks at one of the ladies and goes, "I believe that is a young lad's adventuring friend, I suppose. Mr. Rockpelt has interesting friends, we should say." Xalou, one of the a young lad will walk up to an older man and will walk up to you and goes, "Ah, you must be Mr. Lord Rockpelt's friends, are you not?"
That is true. That's us.
I be Chungus.
I am Bartorin. This is my pet, Salem. Say hello to the nice man, Salem.
Yeah, Sam's gonna meow at him and kind of sit in front of him, look at him.
He's being exceptionally friendly tonight.
He will look at him and go, "That's a rather large cat."
They breed they breed them big. We breed them big where I'm from.
And you all? He will look at Glottor and Xalou.
What did he ask?
he introduced himself and said, or he said, you all must be Lord Rockpelt's friends, are you not? And the introduction started being offered by Bartorin. You all did not introduce yourselves.
Oh.
I'll be Galactor. I'm the young man's friend.
Xalou just kind of sighs and goes, sometimes I wish I wasn't this person's friend.
He will look at you and kind of
Xalou.
lean in and go, the young lad is interesting, to say the least. I believe he's a bit special. He seems to have a great many tales.
This is very obvious to me. As Xalou just continues to kind of stare at Bartorin a bit.
Bartorin just whistles nonchalantly, happily munching on food and drink and scanning the crowd, trying to pick out what targets seem to be like potential targets.
Okay. So you all
That have to be like the most. It would look like they would have heavy purses that need a little bit of lightning.
so you all are sitting there. He is talking. He's having polite conversation, and you all are also listening around. You can hear other people talking, having different conversations, things like that.
Yeah. Xalou's just sticking out like a sore thumb and just like, yeah, not really interacting with anyone.
So, Galactor, you see the young lads standing by the statue have gathered a small crowd of ladies who are watching them basically flex and pose and try and basically make the most manly look to them. Xalou, you were sitting here listening to this old man ramble on about nothing in particular other than the fact that he doesn't seem to like Mr. Rockpelt at all. Lord Rockpelt. Chungus has gotten a few looks, but everybody else has kind of ignored him at this point, and they have brought out another table of food and set it away from Chungus. But you see, people are kind of dispersing and things like that. What do you all wish to do?
What kind of food did they bring to Salem before, by the way? I'm just curious.
Some kind of fish.
Fish, there you go.
Like a
Yeah,
You said
poached
it was
fish.
a juggler, right?
Yes.
Can I go up to the juggler and challenge him to a juggling contest
Sure.
for some money?
Uh,
I'll try to put on a show for people. Leave like a hat out for tips or something.
Make an insight check.
Okie dokie. +5, here we go. Nat 20!
Finally.
You're pretty certain doing a hat out for tips thing is a really stupid idea right now.
Okay.
Amongst a group of aristocrats.
Fair enough. I will still.
That's poor
I'd
people
like to-
stuff.
Yeah, fair enough. I would like to. Just for fun, see if I can out-juggle the juggler.
Alright. He will gladly kind of boastfully take a joke at you. I need you to roll a...
Performance.
Yeah, performance.
You
Alright.
really wanna do this?
15.
You take a couple of the balls. They drop. You manage to drop one, but you manage to kind of kick it back up and keep it going. And you do manage to beat the juggler as he is thrown off by having to juggle against you. You see a group of older ladies kind of clap. Yay, good job. Clap, 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 clap.
I make a very deep bow and wink and a smile at them. A little bit flirtatious.
So I guess Galactor will go over to this strongman flexing company.
The strength test.
They all kind of look at you as you walk over.
Chungus is gonna finish eating and go there with him.
Okay. Galactor is going towards the statue, right?
Right.
I'm going towards the strength test.
Okay.
thing.
There is also a guy practicing a little archery shot. They're shooting these little clay vases.
Ooh.
Fancy
Okay.
clay vases.
Ooh. How fancy are they? Are they worth any money?
They seem to be worth a little bit, but they keep getting hit and being broken.
Ah. Damn it, Bartorin cringes on the inside, like he winces on the inside every time he hears it's shattered.
Galactor, you arrive at the statue and you see like all the young lads kind of look over at you and kind of like, okay, what are you doing? Okay, apparently that's I don't want the chime. That chimed in my head, by the way. Java.
Sorry.
I
I
will
had to
send
figure
it.
out how to do it.
I will send it to you in Discord then.
Okay. That's probably
All right.
better.
So Galactor, you arrive. What do you want to do?
Oh, my bad. I just I look at the statue and I make the same pose as the statue.
Okay, so you're just making that same kind of strong pose.
Right,
How?
to see if anyone steps up to the the plate of
All right, so you see a kind of a young lad who kind of puffs his chest up, and he steps up here, and you see him kind of stretch the kind of Arnold pose where you like put the arm back and you kind of stretch your arm forward. He drops to that kind of pose.
Galactor will clasp his hands together, and you see him kind of wrench up, and I can't really find a good picture of it, but he
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The kind of the chest wrench.
Yeah.
All right, so you do that. He will kind of flex his arms back and kind of flex the behind his head and kind of crunch his abs a little bit. And you see people cheering. People are kind of picking their favorites, stuff like that.
We'll do that kind of half turn where you can see the back muscles kind of flexing too.
All right. You see him kind of lift his leg and kind of stretch out there, and kind of you can see him giving everything he's got into trying to outpose you.
By the way, Mark, so you can see us whispering back and forth, right?
No,
Oh, you
No?
can't.
no.
Oh.
All right.
And if y'all want to do it, these can't. Y'all are free to. I cannot see your whispers back and
Okay.
forth.
Yeah,
Alright.
we'll do it like that then.
All right.
All right. So basically, you can see like the one group. There's a small group of ladies who have picked the other guy over you, Galactor.
And for the piece of resistance, I do the best way I can. You remember how Shawn Michaels comes out on the stage and he kind of
Yeah. I
one
know
leg.
the leg stretch thing. Yeah.
kind of get like the calf and all that.
I need you to roll a wild magic surge.
I knew this was.
Luckily for you, it doesn't seem to affect you because you're hidden. But you do, as you stretch out, you kind of almost like you see this like little bit of rippling and this kind of almost like aura kind of shoot off of you, and like it's almost like a haze on like the haze from a blacktop. And people are like everybody starts clapping real big.
I was waiting for a fireball.
Roll better next time.
Yeah, roll better, man.
But everybody seems to clap and seems to be excited by your ability, and that kind of like almost like they're throwing their hands up and cheering for you.
Man, I was one point off from having amazing.
1 point up or 1 point down?
1 point up, I would have had 1d6 flumps controlled by the DM up here.
Oh, there you go. That would have been fun.
And they are frightened of me.
Oh no. That would have been a perfect distraction.
Actually, if you went to 41 or 42, would have been pretty cool. Or 46 and 47. 47, 48. Why did you not roll that?
It was 47, 48.
A unicorn controlled by the DM up here.
Ooh, that would have been a very good distraction.
Oh man.
All right. So you're still kind of posing, but but you seem to have won this pose off drastically at this point. The other gentleman kind of, you see him kind of pose a little bit, but you can tell that he is beaten.
Mm-hmm.
Question: if I go up to, is it possible to try to do like a shoot off with the whoever is doing the archery to try to make a competition out of it? See who can break more. That's some money.
He will look at you and kind of not be interested in competition like that. They are basically breaking them for sport. More like kind of more like, oh look, we can just shoot arrows into this rich pottery kind of thing.
Bartorin thinks to himself, "Wow, now I remember why I hate rich people and why I robbed them all the damn time. Because they're rich, they're hoity-toity, stuck-up bastards."
While you do that, Chungus, you have walked up to the strength game. And the servant kind of running the game goes, "Excuse me, sir, would you like a chance?"
How do?
He hands you a big hammer. And he says, big wooden hammer. He says, "You hit that, and if it rings the bell, you win. Nobody here can ring it. I don't believe you can either."
Why? Because I'm short.
He says, "It's set up so nobody can ring."
We'll see. So, Chungus takes a hammer.
Mhm.
He walks up to the bell.
Mm-hmm.
He mentally prepares himself. Ah! And he goes into a rage.
Roll attack. Or no. Roll damage with your weapon. Because it's just a warhammer, basically.
You hit.
Yeah, you auto hit.
He screams and brings the hammer down as hard as he can.
It slides at the top, and you hear it ding and get stuck in the bell.
Nice.
The man looks at you, and everybody else around looks at you, applauds, and then one of the guys who had done really well looks at you and goes, "I don't believe I'll be trying that again." And he seems to walk off kind of mad because he wanted to do another trance. While this is all going on, Xalou, the gentleman you overheard talking about the king, as everything else is going on, they seem to be inferring that the king had basically been confused upon his retrieval. He was found sitting by a tree. They talk about how he's sitting by a tree near the river during his trip, and he had been unable to tell them where he had been for a day and a half, or how he got to that tree. The other gentlemen, the other two who are talking, are two ladies, and they're talking about a mine that one of them owns. Well, their family owns, I should say. Yeah. But they don't really care. It's just a mine. But apparently it's been abandoned for decades, generations even, and boarded up. They apparently dug into some kind of little area and they poured it up because there was no more gems and gold and stuff. But apparently, the peasants have been saying that there have been lights and people moving around. But at night. But they're kind of playing it off as just peasant dribble.
Right.
You know.
Do they happen to mention kind of where it is?
They did.
Okay.
And my map. And they basically said where exactly it is. It is over. It is south near the nearby Hard Bay, near the Aber Azul mountains, or kind of hill area.
Just
So
cut like every bit of that out.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Somebody else can copy that down.
Okay, so if you look on the map, I'll reshare the map.
Okay, there it is. Yeah.
You see where Greyhawk is. If you go, Hard Bay and you go 2 hexes to the right, just the one to the left of the A, they're basically talking about being somewhere right around in that area. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But you know, these conversations are kind of happening. I think we're talking about, some people are talking about Mr. Rockpelt. You do hear mention about from one person that that the Mavis are extremely wealthy, but they aren't sure who the Rockpelts are. I'm guessing that means nothing to you, right?
Kind of.
Your character would know that aristocrats know aristocrats. And they seem to be confused as to who Rockpelt is and how they're marrying somebody so wealthy. Essentially.
Okay. Or at least he's intelligent enough to get that gist. Okay.
Yeah, basically. That's kind of the conversation that's going on. You do hear that one group says that everybody's invited to stay the evening. That as opposed to leaving, that they're staying for the night. As basically everybody. They believe that everybody was, for some reason. You don't hear any specific knowledge about like the symbol or anything like that, but you are getting bits of weird conversations, like as we discussed.
Right. But after he hears all that stuff, I guess he's gonna look for Bartorin.
All right,
you can just meandering around looking for an opening to try to work with his pet, quote-unquote pet Salem, to try to use as a distraction to,
All right, yeah.
rob people.
But Xalou will just look for an opportunity to like go up to him when there's like not as many people or they're not paying attention or whatever, and just kind of whisper, "This friend of ours. Seems that these wealthy people are not familiar with him. Perhaps he gained his wealth in some god-assisted way, shall we say."
I'm sorry, what was that you were saying? You were very quiet for a second there.
Oh.
Jalen's
basically trying to insist that that this rock pelt guy just suddenly acquired all this wealth. Or at least it seems like that might be the case. That could be something to do with Wall Street.
Just seemingly out of the blue?
Yeah, because the nobles here do not seem to know who this gentleman is. Just suddenly seem to have been amongst.
Appeared out of thin air?
I don't
suddenly,
know.
Huh?
I don't
and
know
you
quite.
thought, and Bartorin and just whispers back to him, and you thought this was going to be a dead end.
Let's just hope our luck remains this way.
All right. So the
I
evening.
mean, it's held out thus far.
So as you all are having this conversation, the night seems to be winding down. You all have been at this for a while, having these conversations, eating, playing your games, and you hear an announcement from the servants that the evening has been winding down. The festivities are over. You all are free to retreat to your rooms. Your servants will show you to your quarters.
Wait, what?
Gladly.
So this whole thing came with room and
Excuse
board
me.
too?
One of the servants will look at you and goes, well, yes, were you not informed that you provide room here, as most people had to travel great distances?
But I'm already staying someplace else.
Well, it is dangerous, sir, to go out late at
It's
night.
like now.
You're quite safe.
Let's
I
not
understand,
turn
but
down
all
our
my
host's
possessions
free
are-
hospitality.
Do not worry. You have a change of clothes and so forth in your rooms.
Does not look pleased, even though I can't even see it through the mask, but just like kind of exudes that feeling of just like discomfort. And it just kind of gives a sigh. I see.
If you will follow us, we will show you to where your quarters and your baths are.
Oh, we get a bath. A bath has been. It's been ages. It has been some time since I've had a very good bath.
So,
And good Salem here, my boy Salem here reaches down and scratches Salem behind the ears. So he could use a bath as well.
did you believe pets are allowed in the baths, sir?
I figured as much. Is there any place where he can be bathed and then brought back to my room?
I believe we could bathe him in the horse trough, if that would suffice.
Sale will kind of meow and
I
look
mean,
at this
so long as
scented
he comes
way.
out smelling clean.
He will take the leash and go, come, and kind of yank on the leash a little bit.
Like, now, Salem, be a good boy, go with the man. Well, I'll see you back in my room.
Jeez.
Salem's gonna resist.
and Bartorin
at first.
says I'm in thieves' camp.
Here we
How
go.
does Salem resist though? It's just like
Salem's
refuse to
gonna
leave.
keep his ground for a second
Okay.
and then go along with the servant.
All right, so he is leading Salem off to the horse stables. As you all are led into a section of the house opens through the back door, and you see this magnificent marbled staircase, double staircase that goes up to a second floor. You see several statues and a fountain inside the house as you walk in. They will lead you along.
Bartorin just nods his head and like, you know, Bartorin just nods his head like, yep, dude's fucking loaded.
And then you all are led. You will remember, Bartorin, from the note, this was the residence of Lord and Lady Mavis, the parents of Relina Mavis, the bride-to-be. Just your character would remember that.
What's his name again?
All right,
What's
you know
the-
that
what's the guy's
Charlie
name again?
Rockpelt is the name of the gentleman that got
Charlie
you invited.
Rockpelt.
We'll call
Okay, Charlie.
Charlie Rockpelt.
Rockpelt.
And then Relina Mavis is the his bride to be, basically.
What was her name again?
Relina Mavis.
Relina?
Yes.
Like Relina Peacecraft. Relina
Yeah,
Milano
that's where my
Peacecraft.
mind went to.
Uh-huh. Anyway,
Cut the wing!
anyway, you are led along, and you are led into a section.
Sorry, I'm a huge nerd.
That's fine. We're playing D&D online. Let's be fair. Not D&D online,
Exactly.
the game. We're playing D&D
Yeah.
while being on. Okay.
Thanks for the distinction. I wasn't sure.
Anyway, you all arrive at they take you out, and you come and you step in, and they open the door, and you step into this giant room, and inside is a giant bath in the center. And you see sitting along the sides are clothes laid out for each of you, with a little note with your name on it.
Oh lordy.
Mm-hmm. He goes, please have a bath, and your bedrooms will be directly down the hall. It's the door on the right. And you are led into the bath, and they close the door and walk away.
Okay, well, once Xalou's confident that there's nobody within earshot, he'll relay the information he heard to the rest of the group. Especially about the rock pelts being extremely wealthy, but nobody knows who they really are. It seems like they might have just suddenly become real rich. Might have something to do with Wall Street type of.
All right, so
Well,
you
if
all.
it fails and we find out how he got his wealth, we can use it as blackmail.
Yes, perhaps if we can find out how he managed to earn these riches, we can operate on that.
All right, so you all are. I assume you all are going to take your bath and
Indeed.
change your clothes and stuff, correct? Or are you all just going to like change clothes? Like you want? What's
Yeah,
the strategy here?
Bartorin's gonna take a bath, gonna soak for a bit, get dressed, and then wait for Salem to come
So-
back.
Let me get this right. This is like a communal bath, like
It's sort of. It's kind of like a hot bath, kind of like private spa kind of thing.
oh, so it's private.
Yeah, like it's just a couple of you all. Like it's not like everybody's there.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, basically.
Xalou doesn't want to bathe with the rest of the
But
party.
basically, it's like, this is our own private space,
Yeah,
and
basically.
we have our own bath.
Yes. But it's like it's got like a steam room and a sauna. You all
Right.
can sit and kind of relax and stuff like that. Yes.
Yeah, I mean Xalou will use it, but only when nobody else is around.
Okay.
Doesn't like him to share it.
Chungus might attempt a bath at some point.
You find the water. Chungus finds the water to be extremely hot. What you do with that information is up to you. All right. So
Hot, hot, hot. Get out.
all right. So you all
Instantly.
continue through the bathing and changing clothes and so on and so forth, and you all can step outside. Salem, you have been bathed. They basically took a bucket of water and just kind of dumped it over top of you and then rubbed you down.
Yeah.
How did you react to that?
Yeah.
Did they towel him off or something?
They kind of did, sort of. Yeah. Your fur is kind of like you stuck everywhere.
Yeah. Fluff everywhere.
Dude, he's just looking kind of miserable. Did he get brought back to the party yet?
He got taken to the room.
Is Bartorin back yet?
Not quite yet.
Yeah. Is it just him in the room?
It is.
Yeah. Salem's gonna use what's it called?
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, to dry himself off and clean him off properly.
Okay, you are able to do so. As you see the party step into the rooms. Basically, the way the bedroom is set up is it's basically kind of the same thing. There's a central room, like a kind of like a common area, and then there's like offshoots. There's a little dining section and like offshoots from there.
Salem's gonna give Bartorin the biggest stink eye. And we'll kind of say, it is just a party, right? I'm just double checking.
We were
Yeah,
just
there
like-
are no servants now. Just the party.
Yeah, he'll give Bartorin the stink eye and tell him that was a thoroughly miserable experience there.
Well, to think about it this way, it'll pay off because we have. You're clean. Everybody still thinks you're a cat. Nobody's gonna suspect you to not be a cat. And anybody that thinks you're not a cat as well. Either very smart or very lucky.
Yeah, pass muster for now.
Or very
Did they
perceptive or
leave some
something,
sort
I don't know,
of
but either way.
Did they leave some sort of nicer collar for Salem, or just for nicer stuff for the party?
Just for the party. Just for the
Just
humans. Just for the humanoids. The cat was not given anything extra. You still have your collar, but that's about it.
Yeah,
How
I was
well
just
did
wondering.
How well do these clothes fit us?
Amazingly, they fit perfectly.
Xalou's actually kind of impressed. Got his size.
Chungus and Galactor are not given shirts.
Of course not.
Chungus is basically given like a pair, just a pair of shorts. Like he doesn't even have like the bottom half of his pants.
All right then.
You're not sure exactly how this came about. If you step in the rooms, you will see that your bedrooms are exquisitely made. They are incredibly fancy beds. They are all 4-post, like canopy beds.
Very nice.
And I assume Salem was assigned to Bartorin's room, right?
Well, you're sitting in the common area. Like the bedrooms are kind of like there's a center square, and then the bedrooms are all around the outside, basically.
Yeah.
So imagine like a multi-bedroom hotel room, basically.
Yeah, but but were we assigned 4 rooms? So is more what I'm asking.
Sorta.
Like separated sleeping areas.
Yeah, like there's a separated bed. Like there's a door and a little bedroom connected to like the main room. If that makes any sense.
All right.
So you have like a little main common area amongst the 4 bedrooms, and like just off of them are 4 doors. So like almost like a house.
Okay.
Which I mean, it is a house, but you get my point. So yes, you have that, and you so like there's not a 5th bedroom for you, Salem, but yes.
Yeah.
They don't give cats their own beds. There is a small a small pile of pillows on the floor.
Yeah, it works for me, I guess. But it's good to see if he remains there. Do you want Sam to, once we go to bed, do you want Sam to roll something to see where he ends up in the room, or if he ends up on by Bartorin?
Like, what do you mean?
What was that?
What do you mean by that?
Because cats are going to move around, and he's not going to just stay on that bed.
You're not you're a cat, but not a cat. So you just kind of pick and choose where you want to sleep.
Well, yeah, I know that, but kind of just something more for you to have fun with. See if you stay.
I'm having fun just fine.
Yeah.
Believe me, I have had my fun. So,
I'm just gonna roll something here to determine something.
Okay. All right. So your bedrooms are prepared. You all can do as you please.
Xalou's just gonna kind of
well,
look
Bartorin's
around.
take a
Not
quick
really.
power nap and then.
Okay. Xalou's just not really looking for anything, just looking about.
Okay. So
Seeing
you're
what's all
examining
in
the room,
and stuff.
catching up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Sam's gonna catch a quick cat nap as well in Bartorin's room and stay where he's at, stay on that bed of pillows, and then wake up with Bartorin, whatever he's doing there.
How late at night is it?
It's very late, probably pushing close to midnight.
You hear the sounds of very loud snoring echoing through the halls.
Yes. You hear Chungus and Galactor snoring incessantly, and almost like a snore off. The louder one gets, the louder the other gets.
Xalou is very, very disturbed by this.
So, Xalou, you're the only one awake at this point. What would you like to do?
I don't know, I guess try to do some meditation. And then
Alright.
go to bed.
So you lay on the bed, so you sit on the bed and then meditate, and then proceed to go to bed.
Yeah.
What is everybody's passive perceptions?
Is that what's next to my dark vision here?
Senses.
It should be 10 plus your
12.
wisdom.
Yeah, it should be like senses. Yeah, by your senses.
Yeah, right next to your senses says PERC.
Yeah, I got 14 here.
12.
All right, good enough.
15.
Chungus is asleep. Chungus, you can hear snoring, but over the sounds of snoring, you hear the sounds of battle. As what apparently you can hear the sounds of battle, and you hear screaming. But you can hear the sounds of swords and armor and shields hitting each other, but mostly screaming.
Who all heard this?
Everybody but Chungus. As you all are woken up in the night by the screaming.
All right. So, is there a window in this?
There are windows, yes, but it seems to be coming from inside the house. It's not coming from outside. It's coming from inside the building.
Right.
Xalou will go see what's going on.
And that is where we're going to call this a session.
Yeah, I know it.